Welcome back to another class of accountancy. Today we are going to discuss a comprehensive problem in change in profit sharing ratio among the partners. In the last class also we have solved one of the question like this. Now we are going to solve another question by including some other adjustments. The question is here before you. You can write this question in a piece of paper and can be kept with you while discussing its answers. So here the partners are PQ and R, their older ratio is given 1:3:2 and balance sheet is given including various liabilities and assets. Let us see the adjustments. On 1st April 2019, they decided to share the future profits in the ratio of 4:6:5. The claim for workmen's compensation fund has been estimated 1 lakh. See in the balance sheet, workmen's compensation reserve was 60,000 only. Now it is estimated as 1 lakh. That means workmen's compensation reserve or that claim increased. 40,000 is increased. Then a motorcycle valued at rupees 30,000. A new asset came into the business because it was not recorded. Now it is to be recorded. Then outstanding expenses not payable anymore means need not be paid. Liability decreased. Liability of 15,000 is decreased. Value of stock increased to 2,90,000. We had stock 2,20,000. 70,000 is the increase. Provision for doubtful debts is to be created at 5% on debtors. We have debtors 3,20,000. It's 5%. That means 16,000 is the provision for discount on provision for doubtful debts we have to create. That means debtors decreases or we can assume liability increases. Goodwill is to be valued at 1 lakh rupees. So sacrificing partner has to be compensated by the gaining partner. So for that we have to find out the sacrificing and gaining ratio share. Then the work of reconstitution was assigned to firm's auditors. Auditors will do the revaluation work and for them the compensation is to be given 20,000 were paid, that is paid already, that means it is paid in cash. So here you have to pass necessary journal entries, prepare revaluation account, capital account and balance sheet of the new firm. Now today we will discuss how to prepare the revaluation account and capital account and balance sheet. In the last class also we have discussed like that. So you know how to prepare the journal entries and that you can do later. Now we will discuss the preparation of revaluation account, capital account and balance sheet. Let us see first how to prepare the revaluation account. Here is the format of a revaluation account. We can write the heading revaluation account and particulars amount in both the sides, that is written. Then let us go through the adjustments. First adjustment, the claim for workmen's compensation has been estimated 1 lakh. That means 40,000 is the increase. For that we have to provide that 40,000 liability increase. So we have to write revaluation account debtor to provision for workmen's compensation. Workmen's compensation claim 40,000 is written. The next, a motorcycle came into the business. A new asset increases, so it will be on the credit side of the revaluation account. 30,000 is the amount. Then comes the next adjustment. Outstanding expenses were not payable. That means liability increases. Liability if decreases, it will be shown on the credit side. So we can write here outstanding expenses, how much 15,000 is the amount. Then next adjustment, value of stock have been increased. Again one more asset increased. Stock increased by 70,000. So by stock 70,000 can be written. Okay. Then provision for doubtful debts 5% is to be created. We have told that 3,20,000 is the debtors. So 5% of that is 16,000. Liability increases or asset decreases. So we can write in the debit side Provision for doubtful debts, how much? 16,000. Then goodwill is valued at rupees 1 lakh. That we need not write here. It will be adjusted in the capital account of partners. Let us see the last adjustment. Auditors are doing the revaluation work. For them, amount is paid. So revaluation expense paid in cash. So to cash, how much? 20,000 is the amount that is written. So all the adjustments are over. So we can total the account and find the balance. Which side is more? Yes, credit side is more. 1,15,000. That amount can be shown on the debit side column and can find out the balance. 39,000 is the revaluation profit, and that will be shared among the partners. So we can write to their capital accounts. All right, P 39,000 into 1 by 6, so 6,500. For Q, 39,000 into 3 by 6, 19,500. And for R, 39,000 into 2 by 6, that is 13,000. So profit shared. All right. Next, one adjustment we have left regarding goodwill. So in order to adjust that, we have adjust the goodwill. We have to find out the gaining and sacrificing ratio. That's what we are going to calculate now. Calculation of sacrifice or gain of the partners. So for that we have to write first the old ratio and new ratio. Old ratio 1:3:2, new ratio 4:6:5. So sacrificing ratio is equal to old ratio minus new ratio. That equation we have written. And sacrificing share of the first partner P, 1 by 6 is the old share minus 4 by 15 is the new share. So 15 minus 24 by 90, that is 9 by 90, that is 1 by 10. That means P's new share is more than the old share. That is why he is gaining 1/10 share of profit. So next, sacrificing share of Q, 3 by 6 minus 6 by 15, that is 45 minus 36 by 90. That means 9 by 90. For him, old share is more, so he sacrifices 1/10 of his share of profit. Then let us see for the next partner R. His old share is 2 by 6 and new share 5 by 15. That means 1 by 3 each. So he is neither sacrificing nor gaining. So the sacrificing partner is Q and the gaining partner is P. So let us see the calculation of goodwill. Journal entry for the adjustment of goodwill. Who is sacrificing? P is sacrificing. So sorry, Q is sacrificing. So P has to pay to Q. So P's capital account debtor 1 lakh into 1 by 10, that is 10,000 to Q's capital. There also 10,000. So the journal entry for adjustment of goodwill is over. Then another thing which we've left there is workmen's compensation. Workmen's compensation we have written 40,000. Here we are going to see that how to find out how to write that journal entry. So treatment of workmen's compensation fund. This is for understanding purpose. What we are writing here is the working note. Okay. So workmen's compensation fund we will write like this. Workmen's compensation fund debtor total amount was 60,000. And claim is 1 lakh. So our loss here is 40,000. That will be adjusted in the revaluation account. That is what we have written here. Provision for workmen's compensation claim. Revaluation account debtor to provision for workmen's compensation claim. So revaluation account debtor, that is what we have written. How much? 40,000 to provision for workmen's compensation claim 60,000 plus this 40,000, 1 lakh. Okay. Then another adjustment was investment fluctuation fund. So we are going to see the treatment of investment fluctuation fund also. Investment fluctuation fund, its calculation and the journal entry is like this. investment, total investment fluctuation fund we had, how much we had? We had 45,000, that is written, and for that investment is decreased, so a part of the amount is to be transferred to investment. How much will be transferred there? So there we will transfer 15,000 rupees. 15,000 can be transferred, so 15,000 is written there. Then next, to piece capital, how much will be return? Remaining will be shared among the partners in their old ratio. So 5,000 for P, then for Q we will write Q's capital. Q's capital we can write his old share, all in old ratio we can write. So 15,000 is written. Then for R's capital, for him 10,000, that 10,000 also written. So this is the treatment of investment fluctuation fund. So investment fluctuated by 15,000. So in order to adjust that 15,000, we have to take the amount from investment fluctuation fund, and remaining will be transferred to capital account of partners. Now let us see how to prepare the capital accounts. Capital account of partners. Who are the partners? P, Q and R. So we will write P, Q and R. So that is written here, partners capital account of P, Q and R, particulars, then amount, and here also we will write the details, particulars, amount for P, Q and R. So we have to write first the opening balance. Opening balance will be credited by balance brought down. For P it is given 2 lakh. Then for P it is 2 lakh, Q 5 lakh and R 3 lakh. Then next we have to write investment fluctuation fund. We have transferred that 30,000 we have transferred, so that we have to write here investment fluctuation fund. Investment fluctuation fund for A 5,000, B 15,000, sorry, P 5,000, Q 15,000 and R 10,000. Then next here goodwill we have to write in Q's capital account. We will write by P's capital. So by P's capital in Q's column 10,000. Okay, then like that in Q's capital account in P's column we will write to Q's capital 10,000. Then next, in balance sheet we have an accumulated loss. We can write here on the debit side of partners capital account in their profit sharing ratio. So profit and loss appropriation account, in their old profit sharing ratio we will share 12,500, then 13,000, 37,500 and 25,000. Then revaluation loss profit is there, that will be shared among partners, that we have written here 6,500, 19,500 and 13,000. So that we will write here. We have written in their capital account. So the journal entries are over. We will get the credit side. We will get the total 2,11,500 for P, and Q 5,44,500 and for R 3,23,000. So same amount will be copied, will be transferred to the debit side, and we'll see the balances. Balances we will find out for A P 1,89,000, Q 5,07,000 and R 2,98,000. So this is the capital account balance, that is the closing capital balance will be transferred to the balance sheet. So this is the closing capital balance of partners. Then let us prepare the balance sheet. Balance sheet as at 1st April 2019, liabilities amount and asset amount. Heading is written. Then let us see first the assets we can fill. Asset side we can fill with first land and building. Land and building we can write. Land and building is there. How much is the amount? 5 lakh is the amount. Land and building has no change. Then comes investment. Investment we have 1,25,000. We can write the same amount because in order to adjust the decrease, we have transferred the amount from investment fluctuation fund. So investment, its book value will be maintained as it is. Then comes the next one, new asset came, that is motorcycle came, 30,000. Then next stock also increased to 2,90,000. Then debtors has a decrease, provision for doubtful debts is to be written, so the amount can be written inner column, less provision for doubtful debts 16,000, so outer column 3,04,000. Then next asset, bank balance 1,60,000 is there. From that, revaluation expense we have paid here. Here we have written to cash, in bracket revaluation expense we have written. So cash balance decrease, that will be shown here. It will be deducted. So instead of writing here, if you want, you can prepare a separate cash account also. There this can be shown, realization expense can be, revaluation expense can be shown on the debit side. This revaluation expense, not realization expense. Revaluation expense 20,000. So we will get 1,40,000 as cash balance. Then liability side, Sunday creditors first we can write. Sunday creditors we have 2,80,000, no change, same amount will be written. Then claim for workmen's compensation. Claim for workmen's compensation reserve 1,40,000 increased. Then next, partners capital account we can write. Capital account of partners. So Q's capital we can write. Then P's capital, Q's capital and R's capital will be written. So the amount can be this is capital account. We can write here capital accounts. Capital accounts is written P, Q and R. Total capital 9,94,000. So the balance sheet total 13,74,000. So this is the way of preparing or solving a question in change in profit sharing ratio among the partners. Now we have solved revaluation account, partners capital account and balance sheet. Based on this, now you can prepare one thing, what it is, journal, and you can prepare a journal and enter the journal entries. I hope all of you will do that, and if there is any doubt you can forward a comment or can ask me. Okay, thank you very much.